cold. A story that is centuries old, of hungry men on crowded ships with curses fresh upon their lips. The city's not paved with gold, its paper promise already sold. I learned the sermon of the street, the bitter taste of my own defeat, before I learned to stand and fight beneath the pale gas lamp light. He found me then, a boy half dead. He put a roof above my head. He gave me purpose, gave me a name. He taught me how to play the game. He said loyalty's the only law, the only truth I ever saw. I am his shadow, I'm his fist, the ghost that they say don't exist. This is a city of whispers and knives, the currency of broken lives. You pay your debts in blood and beer, and banish every trace of fear. A city of whispers and knives, where only the most brutal thrives. I am the silence in the brawl, the shadow standing on the wall, the final whisper that you hear before you fall. The northern crew, they speak in rhyme, of older, more forgiving times. The Southie boys with fists of stone will fight for every single bone. We are the Winter Hill Brigade, the sharpest, most effective blade. We don't just rule, we own the night. We set the darkness and the light. Our boss is more than just a man, he's the architect of this whole plan. A king who walks on cobblestone and makes this frozen city his own throne. And I'm the ghost who guards his gate and seals a rival's bloody fate. They see him sitting on his throne, they never see me all alone, watching, waiting in the grave for the dawning of a darker day. This is a city of whispers and knives, the currency of broken lives. You pay your debts in blood and beer, and banish every trace of fear. A city of whispers and knives, where only the most brutal thrives. I am the silence in the brawl, the shadow standing on the wall, the final whisper that you hear before you fall. They think this is a war of mine, of who can win a stand-up fight. But wars are won in darkened rooms, in silent promises and tombs. They're won by men who understand the true allegiance of this land is not to a flag but to a man. And I am my master's greatest plan. The whispers gather, the knives are drawn, the longest night before the dawn, a red dawn. The truce was signed in whiskey mead, on some forgotten neutral street. A promise made between the king, the end of of all the bitter things. He went alone, a sign of trust. His instincts had begun to rust. He thought the war was finally done beneath the cold and watery sun. To go that night, my senses screamed that something wasn't right. The air was still a little true, the way it gets before the dew of blood is spilled upon the stone. He told me I should leave it alone. Peace needs a handshake, son. He said, now all my fucking hope is dead. I heard him say, we're not a fear, we're not a rage, just the turning of a final page. That was the night the shepherd fell, a private and a bloody hell. The bells of the old church were ringing, while a different choir was busy singing. A song of lead, a song of steel, the only prayer that's truly real. The night the shepherd fell, the wolves all cheered. The one damn thing I'd always feared had come to pass, and in the rain I felt a new and different pain. They shot him down, a coward's game, while whispering a rival's name. A perfect trap, a perfect lie, a perfect alibi to buy. The city's trust, the cow's blind eye, I saw it all. I saw them fly like rats from a collapsing barn, a tangled and a twisted yarn. I took a bullet for my king, a stupid and a useless thing. It tore right through my side and bone. I heard the final awful groan he made before his spirit passed. A shadow that was built to last, extinguished in a moment's time. The perfect and the final crime. That was the night the shepherd fell, a private and a bloody hell. The bells of the old church were ringing, while a different choir was busy singing. A song of lead, a song of steel, the only prayer that's truly real. The night the shepherd fell, the wolves all cheered. The one damn thing I'd always feared had come to pass, and in the rain I felt a new and different pain. I lay there bleeding in the street, the taste of absolute defeat. I watched their car just drive away. I swore I'd live to see the day I'd hunt them down, each one by one. My life was over, but a new one, a darker one, had just begun. Beneath the cold and absent sun, the shepherd's gone, the flock is scattered. The only thing that ever mattered is vengeance now. For the gutters rats and torn and blood-soaked diplomats, find clothing, what a fucking joke. The final bitter word they spoke was he's already dead. They read my rights through all the cold and endless nights. I drifted in a fever dream, a silent agonizing scream. An old dog with a whiskey breath who cheats the taxman and she's dead. He stitched me up with fishing line, monstrous and a new design. He said the boy I knew is gone, a different thing will see the dawn. The paper said that I was dead, a rumor that I helped to spread. You cannot kill what isn't there, a whisper on the winter air. I am a ghost in the gutter born of pain, a cold and unforgiving rain. I am the rumor, I'm the myth, the one you should not trifle with. A ghost in the gutter with a vow, the only thing that matters now. They killed a man but they set free the monster that was locked in me. I heal in shadows, learn to walk, to change my face and change my talk. I let my beard grow out and gray and wash my former self away. I am the man you don't recall, a patient stained upon the wall. I listen in the smoky bars, I memorize their fancy cards. I learn their habits, learn their needs, the rotten soil for my new seeds. They celebrate, they drink and toast to the one damn thing they fear the most, the ghost of the man they left for dead, the words that were much better left unsaid. I am a ghost in a gutter born of pain, a cold and unforgiving rain. I am the rumor, I'm the myth, the one you should not trifle with. A ghost in a gutter with a vow, the only thing that matters now. They killed the man but they set free the monster that was locked in me. A ghost has nothing left to lose, no family, no dues, no property, no name, no pride, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. A ghost is patient, a ghost is pure, the only sickness and the only cure. And I am the plague that's coming for them all. The gutter is cold, the stars are blind, the things you let, you're about to find. Waiting, waiting, waiting. first name on my list, the one the Berlin is for. But look out, just a boy named Finn, who let the killing crew ride in. He took a pittance for his king, a stupid and a worthless thing. I found him in a gambling den among the lost and broken.
One name is crossed out on my skin. A brand new chapter can begin. I am not just a man you see. I am my master's memory. I am the justice he was owed, the reaping of what they have sowed. One down, four more to go.
The second name's a man behind the most protected scene. He lives in magic out on hill,
pays his land, just let it build. He was a money clean and smart, who played a cold and calculating part. He funded them, he drew the maps, and covered all their bloody tracks. He never touched a gun or blade, he just ensured the price was paid. He thinks my ghost is folklore trash, a story born of smoke and ash. He trusts his vaults as iron doors, the sterile piece of marble floors. He can't conceive a thread that creeps while his entire city sleeps. He believes in numbers, black and red. He doesn't believe in the angry dead. He thinks that wealth's a fortress wall. He's about to watch his fortress fall. I'll burn the broker's ledge, page by page, and end his comfortable gilded age. I'll turn his numbers into ash, his entire future in a flash. The broker's ledgers tell the tale of every single crooked sale, of every soul he bought and sold. I won't just kill him, I'll make him cold and poor and old, and watch his legacy unfold into nothing. I don't go near his house of stone, where he sits upon his lonely throne. I go to where his power's kept, the secrets that have long since slept in a dusty office late at night, beneath a single naked light. His real foundation isn't cash, it's all the dirty legal trash. The deeds, the contracts, and the name, the rigging of 1,000 games. I don't steal a single dime, I'm just erasing all his time. With gasoline and one good night, I break the lock and lift the light. I'll burn the broker's letters page by page, and end his comfortable gilded age. I'll turn his numbers gilded age, his entire future in a flash. The broker's ledgers tell the tale of every single crooked sale, of every soul he bought and sold. I won't just kill him, I'll make him cold and poor and old, and watch his legacy unfold into nothing. He'll wake tomorrow to the news, to a different set of morning blues. He's not a king without his gold, he's just a story getting old. A man with nothing but his pride, with nowhere left for him to hide. I didn't take his life, you see, I took the man he claimed to be, and that's a death that's slow and deep. The ledgers burn the smoke of sin, this is how his chapter ends. In ash. Third man on the list is frail, a ship without a sail or rail. McDonald was his given name, the shadow of his former fame. He was the muscle and the might, the terror in the fading light. Now he's a ghost of a different kind, who's slowly losing his own mind. He haunts the bars and speakeasy, on shaking hands
buys his courage by the glance he lets the lonely hours pass by, telling stories loud and slurred, where every single damn word is a monument to his own sin. The hollow space he's drowning in, he doesn't need a ghost to haunt him. His own damn memory has bought him a front row seat to his own hell, a story he's just dying to tell. This is a whiskey competitor, a slow and a processional march to the gallows of the soul, where you have lost all your control. The whiskey confessional, so sad and deep, for secrets that a drunk can't keep. He'll tell the story, tell it all, and orchestrate his own damn fall, one bitter tear so word at a time. I sit beside him in the haze, through all these long and weary days. I'm just a stranger new in town who buys another final round. I listen to his rambling pride. By the night the old man truly died, he paints a scene, he names a name, the players in these brutal games. His words are whiskey soaked and thick, a slow and unforgiving trick he plays upon himself. You see, to set his guilty conscience free. He doesn't know the man he's told. It's a story that is getting old and has a long and patient memory. This is a whiskey competitor, a slow and a processional march to the gallows of the soul, where you have lost all your control. The whiskey confessional, so sad and deep, for secrets that a drunk can't keep. He'll tell the story, tell it all, and orchestrate his own damn fall, one bitter tear so word at a time. I don't say a word, I just nod and pour, till he can't speak anymore. I didn't have to raise a hand to make this broken man understand. The most effective blade of all is letting a man recall the exact moment he lost his soul, and watching him just lose control. Or maybe not at all. shakes the hand of the hour. It's parade, really on, clean and fast. A shadow from his on dark past. He cleared a way for the new king, the man who pulls on every string. Now he is safe, or so he thinks. He stands upon the very brink of higher office, greater fame, a clean and well-respected name. He's planned a victory parade, a beautiful and bright charade, to celebrate his war on crime, the perfect alibi in time. He'll stand up on a wooden stage and turn a bright and shining page. He thinks the ghosts are put down. He's the most important man in town, but ghosts don't care for politics. This is the politician's parade, a trap of his own making, laid with ticker tape and waving flags, the emptiest of all the brag. The politician's parade, the final hour, all the city will watch him die. Not by a bullet, but by dread, when he sees the ghost he thought was dead, standing right there in the crowd. The crowd is thick, the band is loud. He's standing tall and speaking proud of order, progress, and of peace, a brand new golden lease on the city's future, clean and bright. I'll stand just in his line of sight. I wear no mask, I have no hood, just a man who's finally understood. He sees my face, his own turns white, in the pale and unforgiving light. His perfect speech begins to crack. He knows there is no turning back. He sees the shepherd's ghost in me, for all the world to finally see. This is the politician's parade, a trap of his own making, laid with ticker tape and waving flags, the emptiest of all the brag. The politician's parade, the final hour, all the city will watch him die. Not by a bullet, but by dread, when he sees the ghost he thought was dead, standing right there in the crowd. He starts to stammer, starts to choke on every single word he spoke. The crowd just thinks he's lost his place. They cannot see it on his face, the dawning of a final fear, that his own judgment day is here. His heart gives out a sudden fall, in front of God, in front of all, a fitting end, a public death, wasting his final precious breath. The parade stops, the silence screams, the bloody end of all his dreams. The ghost just turns and walks away to fight another darker day. This is the politician's parade, a trap of his own making, laid with ticker tape and waving flags, the emptiest of all the brag. The politician's parade, the final hour, all the city will watch him die. Not by a bullet, but by dread, when he sees the ghost he thought was dead, stand right there in the crowd.
The final name, the final sin, the place the real war must begin. He took the throne, he took the crown, he burned my entire world right down. Liam O'Connell, what a name for the master of this bloody game. He doesn't hide, he doesn't run beneath the cold New England sun. He's heard the stories, knows I'm here. He's banished every trace of fear. He's fortified his house of stone, his cold and unforgiving throne. He waits for me, a patient host, to finally confront the ghost. He knows I'm coming for his head, to join the ranks of his own dead. He thinks this is a simple fight between the darkness and the light. He doesn't know that we're the same, two players in a different game. He is a king in the north, and I'm the storm, a cold and unexpected form of vengeance coming to his door. He's heard it all and asked for more. The king in the north upon his throne will finally reap what he has sown. This is the ending of the tale, where one of us is doomed to fail and the city doesn't give a damn. Betray his friend to bring his story to an end. He was my master's other son, the secret unacknowledged one, the bastard boy, the hidden shame, who always cursed his father's name. He wanted what was his by right, his own place in the goddamn light. He didn't do it just for greed, but for a deep and burning need to be the one who was adored, the only son who held the sword. This isn't business, this is blood, a deep and unforgiving flood. He is the king in the north, and I'm the storm, a cold and unexpected form of vengeance coming to his door. He's heard it all and asked for more. The king in the north upon his throne will finally reap what he has sown. This is the ending of the tale, where one of us is doomed to fail and the city doesn't give a damn. I fought for loyalty, for the only man who cared for me. But all this time I fought a brother against the memory of another father who had failed us both, a terrible and broken oath. This isn't vengeance for a friend, this is just how our family has to end. The king is waiting, the ghost is near, the final unforgiving tear for what we've lost. The city holds its weary breath, it knows the air is thick with death. The final battle's drawing near, the source of all its hope and fear.
Papers print my phantom name beside the dying candle flame of O'Connor's crumbling regime. It's like a dark and waking dream. I don't sneak in, I don't attack. There's no more use in turning back. I send a note on paper fine, a simple and a single line, written in my old master's hand, the ghost of his forsaken land. Request a final meal with you to see this bloody business through. He doesn't call his men to arms, he doesn't sound the late alarms. He knows this isn't fought with steel. He wants to see if I am real. This is an invitation in black. There's no escape and no turning back. The final act, the final scene for the butcher, and there might have been an invitation. Black, so polite for the ending of the endless night. Two brothers sit and share a meal with nothing left to hide or feel except the presence of the dead. The car he sends is long and sleek, for all the words we'll never speak. The driver doesn't say my name, he knows that we are not the same. He drives me to the old hotel, a place I know so very well. The private room where deals were made, where every single trust betrayed. The table set for only two, with one clear unobstructed view of the doorway and the street outside. He's left himself nowhere to hide. He stands and waits, no trace of fear. The reason that we both are here. This is an invitation in black. There's no escaping and no turning back. The final act, the final scene for the butcher, and there might have been an invitation in black, so polite for the ending of the endless night. Two brothers sit and share a meal with nothing left to hide or feel except the presence of the dead. He greets me not as for a race, but with a strange and broken face. He says, hello, brother, take a seat. The taste of victory and defeat are mingling in the silent air, a final unforgiving prayer. The table is an altar now for a terrible and broken vow. The invitation's been received. The light that we have both believed is about to die. Tonight. We sit in silence, pour the wine, a dark and bloody Valentine. The food is rich, the silver gleams, the funeral of 1,000 dreams. He looks at me, and in his eyes I see a man who's sick of lies. You've cost me everything, he said, the company of all my dads. My men are gone, my city's scared. The only thing for which I cared was order, power, and control. You've burned a black and empty hole right through the heart
this whole town. He sets his heavy burden down, not with a plea, but with a sigh. Beneath this cold and watchful sky, I built an empire, he confesses, of beautiful and damn messes. And you, my brother, you're the proof, the bitter and the final truth. This is a toast to the dead, for all the bitter words unsaid. A final drink, a final prayer, in the cold and suffocating air. A toast to the dead and all we've lost. It's such a high and awful cost. The whiskey burns, the silence falls. The final lonely curtain calls for one of us to take a bow. He loved you more, he said so low. The only thing I need to know, he saw the scholar in your soul. He thought that he could make you whole. He saw the monster in my heart, right from the very fucking start. He gave you books, he gave me blades, the different kinds of masquerades. He made us what we are tonight, the darkness and the fading light. This isn't vengeance anymore, it's just a settling of an older score. A family's tragic, twisted art of tearing its own self apart. This is a toast to the dead, for all the bitter words unsaid. A final drink, a final prayer, in the cold and suffocating air. A toast to the dead and all we've lost. It's such a high and awful cost. The whiskey burns, the silence falls. The final lonely curtain calls for one of us to take a bow. So we raise our glasses to the ghost, the man that we both love the most, and hate him more than words can say, for making us the things we are today. Two broken halves of his own heart, destined to tear each other apart. The toast is not for what we do, it's for the man who broke us too. The glass's touch, a crystal chime, the final unforgiving crime is memory. A toast to the dead, a toast to the dead, a toast to the dead. Oh, toast to the dead. He slides a gun across the wood, it's still so deeply understood. It's his, he says, the one he kept for all the lonely nights he wept. He told me if I ever fall and lose the meaning of it all, you use this sun, make it clean, the most pathetic final scene. He gave it to me, not to you, the one last thing he had to do. He wants a duel, a fighter's dead, with his final rattling dime breath. a stupid and a holy thing. He thinks a bullet is a key that unlocks honor, sets you free. He thinks that death can make you clean. The most naive man I've ever seen. This is a ghost bargain, clear and cold, a story that will not be told, and whisper legends full of grace. I'll wipe you from this time and place. The ghost bargain's never fight, it's turning off the final light. You won't die a hero's death, you waste your final precious breath, begging for the peace you'll never know. You want his ending, I ask love, the one the two of us both know. He didn't die in some grand brawl, he had no one to see his fall. He died alone, betrayed and cold, a story that you've never told. He died a victim, not a chief. His final feeling was just grief. You want his death and you can have it. This deep and unforgiving habit of running from the things you've done. Your final awful race is run. You don't deserve a bullet's grace, just this empty, silent, lonely place. This is a ghost bargain, clear and cold, a story that will not be told, in whispered legends full of grace. I'll wipe you from this time and place. The ghost bargain's not a fight, it's turning off the final light. You won't die a hero's death, you waste your final precious breath, begging for the peace you'll never know. Oh, I will not be your priest tonight. I will not grant you one last ride. I won't be your brother or your foe. The only mercy I will show is giving you the thing you fear the most. Not the presence of a vengeful ghost, but the awful crushing heavy weight of being left alone with your own fate. Bargains made, the terms are clear. The only ghost left is the one in here, in you. I take the gun, I feel its heft. The only thing our father left that has a single honest truth. The end of our growth to you. I stand and walk around his chair. His eyes are full of cold despair. He waits for me to end his life, the final turn of a sharp knife. I place a gun not to his head, but in his trembling hand instead. The ghost is gone, I tell him low, and now it's your turn for a show. You wanted his throne, you wanted his name. Now you can play his final game. Live with his ghost, live with his sin, or let your own damn ghost begin. I turn my back, do not wait to see him seal his own damn fate. That is the final sharpest blade, a choice that has to be walk out in the freezing air with no more burden left to bear. I hear the bells begin to chime for the very last and final time. And as I walk into the night, beneath the pale and sickly light, a single shot rings out behind, the only peace he'll ever find. It wasn't vengeance, wasn't hate that sealed his final lonely fate. It was the silence and the space of this unforgiving empty place. I didn't kill him, I just left of every single hope bereft. It ends not with a bang, but a whimper dying and a fading ember. No final fight, no epic brawl, just the loneliest of all the calls. Not with a bang, but a whimper. The final truth is always simpler. The ghost just leaves you all alone upon your cold and broken throne, to be the judge of your own sins and where the next hell begins. I gave him the gift he gave to me, a terrible and awful key, the freedom to choose your own damn cage, to turn the final bloody page. He chose the silence, I chose the road, to carry this unending load. Which one of us was truly free? The whimper fades, the echo dies, beneath the cold and starless skies. The war is over, I think. I think that is a window thing. It is a window thing. It is a window thing. It is a window thing. I walk the streets, the air is cold. I feel 100 years old. The thirst for vengeance, it is gone before the first pale light of dawn. It didn't heal me, didn't sing the master in his silent grave. It didn't bring my brothers back, it only showed me what I lacked. It was a fire, it was a flood that only caused my own blood, and left me standing here alone on streets of unforgiving stone. I am the ghost I claim to be. I restore the world to see. I'm man with nothing but a past, a shadow that was built to last and built to fade. The city sleeps, it doesn't know the seeds of vengeance that I sowed have bloomed and died in one long night beneath a pale and weary light. This is a long walk home, on broken glass and cobblestone. The war is won, the debt is paid for the awful monster that I have made. past the church, I see the spire, a cold and uninviting fire. I pass the docks, the ships all sleep, the secrets that the waters keep. Each landmark is a different ghost, the one that I remember most. The boy I was, the man I knew, before this bloody business was through. I am a stranger in this town, the king who gave away his crown before he ever got to wear it. The truth is I could never bear it, the weight, the cost, the endless dread. I'm better off among the dead. This is the long walk home on broken glass and cobblestone. The war is won, the debt is paid for the awful monster that I have made. The long walk home to what I fear is the ending of my final year. The ghost is tied, the ghost is done. This final lonely race is run against himself. My footsteps echo in the street, a slow and sorrowful defeat. Or is it victory? I can't tell. This line between a heaven and a hell is thinner than a razor blade. For all the promises I made, I kept the only one that's true. I saw this bloody business through. The walk is long, the road is hard, a single tattered playing card, the joker in my hand. They find me at the old man's chair, the only one who's sitting there. The last few men who are still true, the remnants of a loyal crew. They don't know what went on tonight beneath the pale and sickly light. They only know the war is won and all the killing said and done. They call me boss, they call me king, the new song that they want to sing. They offer me the city's crown of this reclaimed and broken town. They think I did it for the throne, to make this brutal world my own. They see a leader, see a sign, a powerful and new design. They do not see the empty space upon my tired and haunted face. I am the king of the winter, where everything is cold and still. I rule the ghosts, I rule the dead, for all the bitter words unsaid. The king of the winter hell, alone upon the silent icy throne. The shepherd's gone, the wolf remains in these cold and unforgiving rains. And now the winter's here to stay for good. I look at them, these old men who go to never understand the future of this broken land. I am the king of a winter hill, where everything is cold and still. I rule the ghosts, I rule the dead, for all the bitter words unsaid. The king of a winter hill, alone upon this island icy throne. The shepherd's gone to wolf remains in these cold and unforgiving lanes. And now the winter's here to stay for good. I take the chair, I take the crown, the most respected ghost in town. I rule for them, I'll play the part, with hollow and a frozen heart. I'll be the king my father wasn't, a good one night, just one it doesn't matter if it's all a lie. At least I can give it a try for them. The king is crowned, the prayer is said, long live the king. The king is dead. Final drink at the old bar, beneath a single distant star. Leave the keys upon the wood, misunderstood or understood, it doesn't matter anymore. I walk out the open more, I walk back out an unlocked door. One more walk back out an unlocked door. Future of this tired land. My war is over, vengeance paid, the final awful promise made. I am not Ronan, not the gold, the one that they all fear the most. I am just a man who walks away to find the dawn and of it. Man can't rule a kingdom right. He is haunted by the night. So I will leave the throne behind for any peace that I can find. And the ghost fades in the morning mist, a promise that was sealed and kissed. The ghost fades and the man remains to wash away the bloody stain. The ghost fades as legends done. A new war has to be begun. The quiet war inside the soul, finally completely whole. I take a train that's heading west to put my tired soul to test against the silence and the plains, the cold and unforgiving rain of a new world, a different sky with no more reason left to lie. Maybe I'll find a piece of land with callous hand and honest hand. I'll build a life, or maybe not. Maybe all that I have got is this long road, this endless ride with all my angry ghosts inside. But at least the choice is mine to make for my own goddamn bloody say.
And the ghost fades in the morning mist, a promise that was sealed and kissed. The ghost fades and a man remains to wash away the bloody stain. That ghost fades and the legend's done. A new war has to be begun. The quiet war inside the soul to finally be completely whole.
The whispers in the city say the Finning ghost just went away. He finished his work and found his peace, a final merciful release. They'll make a myth of my own hell, a story that the drunks will tell, and that is fine. It's for the best to put the final ghost to rest.
Tune beneath the cold and western moon. Ronin's gone, the ghost is dead.